time we've no control. If the sky is pink and white, if the ground is black and yellow, it's the same way you showed me. Nod my head, don't close my eyes. Halfway on a slow mo.
Yo. What's all this hype about?
This is esports. Short for electronic sports, esports is defined as video games played in an organized, competitive environment to entertain an audience while also allowing players to win prize money and secure a trophy. Simply put, esports is professional gaming, and it's no wonder people get excited about it. But behind the hype, what's happening?
Let's look at the history of esports. Esports has developed for a long time, and by now much of the younger generation knows about it. A study conducted on social media by Green Level High School students in 2023 shows that of teens ages 13 to 18, 95% have heard of esports, 92% know what esports are, 60% have watched an esports event live, online, or in person, and only 40.7% were fans.
Esports has been a growing industry, and viewership counts have had a drastic upward trend in recent years. Twitch, the main streaming platform for many popular games such as League of Legends, Valorant, and Fortnite, reports a 99% increase in live streamed hours from October 2019 to October 2020. In terms of viewer counts, esports estimated 235 million esport viewers in 2015, 395 million esport viewers in 2018, and it surpassed 600 million in 2022. You may be wondering why the audience even watches competitive video gaming. That is because they are there for the social interaction, drama, escapism, player personalities, and of course, entertainment.
Now, how does esports generate revenue as a functioning industry? Of course, there are many streams that generate money, but currently, the large contributors are brand deals or sponsorships. Like traditional sports, esports is used by sponsors to create branding on teams, which helps create a consumer culture or sense of loyalty while also generating revenue. Big brands such as Red Bull, G Fuel, Mountain Dew, Nike, Coca-Cola, State Farm, and many others sponsor competitions. Another revenue source comes from investing. Normal sports teams have invested in esports teams for their video game counterpart, such as the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors, investing in NBA 2K teams. Sports teams also invest in other games. For example, the New York Yankees support the Vision esports team for Nintendo Super Smash Bros. Individual celebrities such as J-Lo and Shaq are constantly supporting and pouring money into the industry. Lastly, broadcasting companies such as ESPN and NBC may also pay teams and organizations for the rights to broadcast or record esports competitions. All of this money fuels the industry and is used to cover operating expenses, player salaries, and more.
We wanted to experience the esports scene itself to really understand its appeal. Here, we decided to take part in a small esports competition at the Playthrough GC Gaming Convention, the largest gaming convention in NC. Here are some of the highlights.
Enjoy this moment. One day while my light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until the gates are open, I just wanna feel this moment. I just wanna feel this moment. I just wanna feel this moment.
Go.
Hey guys, what do you guys do this weekend?
So me and Alex, we went to a Playthrough GC Gaming Convention at the Raleigh Convention Center, and we also participated in a Fortnite Duos tournament.
It's very interesting. What was on the line for this competition?
It wasn't the same stakes as what a normal esports competition would be like per se, but the winners, the top 3 winners, would each earn a $3,000 college esports scholarship and a $200 mouse and keyboard. So the prizes were pretty good.
Nice. So what did you guys do? What was the end result?
Oh, we lost miserably. But we found and met a lot of people who were pretty cool, and we gathered the insight on the esports industry. And one of the winners actually goes to our school.
Very interesting. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Throughout this convention, we interviewed many people and gathered their insights on their opinion on esports. We conducted interviews with a William Peace University esports player, an esports fan, a very supportive dad, a former UNC esports player, and we also interviewed the person who actually won the Fortnite tournament that we participated in.
I'm Donnie Leahy, William Peace University.
So what's your name?
Cody.
What's your name?
Anthony Roman.
My name is Pranav. I'm a
grade level high school student in 11th grade.
Who am I joined with here today?
I'm Joe. I'm a third year computer science student at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
What experience do you have with esports?
For my sophomore year, I joined the esports club and I got to play League of Legends at a collegiate level.
What's your favorite online game?
Rocket League.
Okay, Rocket League, yeah.
The go-to, I'd say probably League of Legends. Mostly because it's been there forever. I used to play when I was a kid. It's evolved around time. They always try to keep things updated. New champions, new characters, things like that. I would say my go-to is probably League.
How long have you been playing it?
Probably about 7-8 years now.
Right now, I have my PlayStation 5. I play a lot of RPGs. Yeah, I'm mainly an RPG type of man.
Your online game would be Fortnite Battle Royale.
So, do you have a favorite online game at the moment?
That would probably be League of Legends. That's like what I've been mostly been playing.
Do you support any esports teams, like other than your own?
Cloud9. I really like their work. Yeah.
I actually watch League. League Pros. Personally, I've been watching 100 Thieves. Love them, bro. And Double Lift. Not sure you know about him. Bergson. Yeah. They're pretty boss. So I follow them a lot, and they were my favorite ones. They actually happened to follow my favorite team, which turned out to be 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves. So yeah.
So your kids are playing like more competitive gaming. So do you follow esports at all?
When they're playing, yeah. I'm not a Fortnite type of person. I'll play Call of Duty all day.
I don't really watch esports that much, but I'm aware of some of the esports teams like RNG, and yeah, pretty much RNG is the only one I have.
I do actually. I watch League of Legends has like regional competitions for every like major like region, like North America, Korea, China. I keep up with them pretty often.
What aspects of esports do you think really distinguishes it from, like, what makes it important to distinguish it from others?
I think one thing, I feel like everybody kind of starts off in the same like place for video games, whereas like with sports, like you can have like certain advantages from just like your genes, you know what I mean? Like I'm tall and I can run really fast. I just always have been able to my entire life. But with esports, like you don't really have those like gifts, like advantages just from the way you were born. You kind of have to train yourself. Like everybody starts from square one, basically.
Do you think being a professional gamer would be a viable career?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah. Anything you can compete in, I'm for it. Anything you can compete in.
After evaluating these clips and looking at the business market, could it be that the esports industry is valid or sustainable? Not entirely.
Esports has incredible promise, but has been wrought by commercialism and over-evaluation. Lots of money has been invested because of over-optimistic projections, yet famous teams and organizations have made layoffs, such as Evil Geniuses disbanding their NA Dota team and 100 Thieves. Even the famous organization Team Liquid has been running at a loss since inception. In July 2022, FaZe Clan, one of the most prominent organizations, went public on the Nasdaq at $10, but now sits at 50 cents.
What has caused this failure in the North American market? Well, we can say that esports, at least in North America, are overvalued by investors who entered the industry under the premise that esports would bring meteoric returns. However, these expectations were not met for a multitude of reasons. For example, a New York Times and Los Angeles article on the esports industry say that tickets to stadiums are too cheap and audiences don't spend very much on merchandise or tickets. According to Newzoo, each esports enthusiast only spends about $5.30 a year attending events, while an average American sports fan spends $710 attending events in comparison. Additionally, esports players are paid far too much. According to an Optic manager, the NA League of Legends Championships players are paid over $320,000 annually. In essence, due to inflated projections of an unstable system, investors pouring large amounts of money into the esports scene, they are not making much in return.
As shown, the rapid corporatization of esports has led it to be overvalued and unsustainable. However, there have been business practices that show promise. For example, Riot Games started selling in-game esports-related items called microtransactions. In addition, grassroots esports competitions common among fighting games do not deal with these problems to such an extent. They are smaller, community-focused, and so their dedicated fan base combined with their smaller scales allows for increased sustainability. But first, to have hope at becoming a mainstream art, esports must become socially acceptable and cleanse itself of its sexist and discriminatory practices.
What issues do you think are most important to address in the esports scene, or just like even high-ranked gameplay in general?
I just think sexism is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because like I watch a lot of Valorant stuff now, and it's like sexism is a really big thing in that game. I feel like some girls are afraid to even talk and use their mics in any video game because of the sexism.
Toxic, because a lot of people rage, and there's tons of videos online where people like rage and bang their keyboards. So I think that's definitely a problem with esports.
I think the first issue that comes to mind is like player disposition or like demeanor when they're playing. Like online community can be like thought of as like incredibly toxic. So if esports starts becoming a more like conventional form of like competition that people want to watch, I think there is going to be like an issue of like the gaming community, something around that, and how like it can improve to be something that can be like looked upon instead of like thinking of it as like a toxic environment.
You play League of Legends, right?
Yeah.
And in the community, there's a lot of trash talk. So I'm wondering,
Oh, yeah?
do you partake in that?
Oh, do I participate?
Yeah,
oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Not gonna lie to you. Some people trigger me, man. Not gonna lie. I mean, it's one of the... I try not to.
Yeah.
I try not to be that guy. But when it could be any game. You're gonna get pissed.
Yeah,
all right.
true, yeah.
So I try to chat. I try to like mute chat and things like that. But 9 out of 10 times I actually get mad. I don't really like take it out on people because people come to the game to play and have fun. And then some people actually go to troll. Like when you're actually really like I get if you're bad. If you're like it's pretty obvious you're trolling. Those are the people I get pissed at.
Do you enjoy or partake in trash talk online?
Against my own friends. I don't do it
Friends?
online. Yeah, if it's my friends, I would like just trash talk them as much as I want to, but not online. I don't like to be toxic online. I don't know. I feel like trash talk can make the game a little bit more fun, but it depends. It depends on like how far like the extent is.
We were intrigued by these points and researched further. We found the results disheartening. A report by esports organization Evil Geniuses says that in relation to gender discrimination, 25% of women disguise themselves when gaming because 44% of women are likely to experience gender discrimination. An overwhelming 92% of trans people face toxicity in gaming. The report also addresses race, showing that Hispanic people face the most toxicity online, with 66% experiencing toxicity in the past year. They are also the most likely to face physical threats, 34% of which did. Asian gamers face the most racial and gender discrimination, 43% experiencing racial discrimination, with 29% experiencing gender discrimination.
However, steps are being made to better promote diversity in the industry. Valorant Championship Tour Game Changers EMEA, for example, is an all-woman Riot Games esports program that is designed to create opportunities and promote diversity in competitive gaming for women players in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Since April this year, the organization has also extended its reach into North America, hosting a tournament with a $50,000 prize pool. Another notable organization is ESL Impact. Its current focus is diversifying the Counter-Strike global scene. Its #GG4All initiative is working to combat negativity and toxicity within the esports industry and foster diversity and inclusivity. ESL Impact provides a competitive environment for the top women's teams of the world where they can feel safe and comfortable while competing. Both of these organizations share a common goal though, supporting female gamers and normalizing female players in the esports scene.
Esports by nature is competitive gaming. As a result, top-level players are forced or incentivized to spend hours and hours and hours in front of their monitors practicing to become just that little bit better at their game.
Like esports players will play like 8 hours sometimes a day or like longer every single day, like really pushing the limits of their mental and their psyche and trying to become pros. And like some of them still can't do it even after like 10 hours a day of playing every single day.
So that's like what you experience. You feel like that mental fatigue is really a big part of it. Practicing.
Yeah.
Like, how many 10 hours a day? Is that how much you practice?
No, we practice maybe 6 hours.
Like any other sport, there are dangers with this. Studies have shown that any form of prolonged playing can cause both physical and mental side effects. The most popularized of which is the connection between video games and criminal incidents or violent acts. However, more commonly and arguably more concerning impacts for the majority of fans and players include depression or anxiety, addiction, interpersonal problems, and overuse of muscles leading to strains or minor injuries.
Clearly, esports as a whole isn't doing so hot. Because of its inability to generate profits, its lack of gender diversity,
the potential for health effects, and the influx of toxicity, we would argue that the industry is currently struggling. But we would also argue that the industry is still in its early stages and should therefore not be dismissed as completely negative. There must always be a light in the darkness, and esports is clearly headed towards the shimmer. Diversity organizations are on the rise, the industry has hopes to capitalize on its large potential, and video games still hold numerous benefits for both fans and players that enjoy the social and competitive nature of esports.